So you walk around and you're bound to run into any old bloody prick. And of course, here's the biggest prick of them all. That's Mick.
G'day, he's got the biggest prick of them all.
Well, that's not exactly what we said, however. How are you?
I'm bugging, mate, but I'm pretty good. I'm glad you guys have put in the effort because you're about, some of the only ones that have. So well done.
Thank you, mate.
The authentic troubadours.
Yeah. Oh, look, we try and make an effort when we can. So, what is there that you've got to show us?
We've got, well, it's a ribbon mic expose, but it's from the very, very good value Joe Meek studio projects, RNC, really nice compressor style things. But I've got some things that you're going to probably be really interested in. I've just discovered this little thing here, which is probably a $300 to $400 1073 transformer-based Class A discrete microphone preamp, designed in Sweden. Well, it's actually designed by Rupert Neve a long time ago. Made in China, which doesn't, and I've dropped the knob off of it, which you can't think, but that is going to be a real interesting thing. Yeah, customised by Mick Wordley. And that is going to bring in that sort of front end. We'll get this piece of crap out the way. Sorry, Kevin, I didn't mean that. And underneath that is the Phoenix stuff, which these are all things which I know you're going to sort of like. And they're all very well priced. I got these the day before I left, so I haven't actually worked out the exact pricing of them and everything. But this is a guy that used to work for Rupert Neve. These are made in Great Britain. All Class A discrete 1073 and Neve designs. They sound wonderful. And that's a punter's version, which is going to be huge because it's very, very cheap and really well made. These are all the pedals, but you're not interested in pedals, are you?
No.
What are you feeling for?
What's inputs on the back?
Yeah, there's inputs on the back. There's XLRs and TRS.
So is this an input or a headphone?
That's
out?
a DI.
A DI.
So okay. it's a DI like what 1073s never did have was a DI input. And most of the ones that we modify and put into racks like this, we put a DI input. It's not rocket science, but that's got one straight up, so it's good. It's got an output and input control. That's all you need. 2 knobs.
Yeah, as you say, it's not rocket surgery, is it?
Not rocket surgery at all, mate. The other thing that we've got is the new PBC 6A RNC FMR compressor.
A lot of initials there.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know where he gets his. I don't know who's doing his marketing, but he needs to sack him.
Yeah.
But it's a nice yellow anyway. And
what's the difference between that and an RNC?
Oh, it's just a much
purely
more,
the colour.
Yeah, purely the colour, and no, there's a couple of extra buttons. That's just more a very basic style of compressor, but it's very good. Lots of headroom. Whereas the RNC has the super nice mode and is a stereo compressor. That's just a pure single in, single out mono compressor, but of a higher quality than an RNC.
It's more of an instrument thing too, because it's a dynamic controlled. The drive is amazing.
Yep.
Just flip on the background shot because it's actually just got the XLR input and output, not a low level.
Oh,
that's it. I've broken my guitar. No, I haven't.
Is that guitar that you were telling us about that's worth $1 million?
Yeah, this is the
sorry,
one.
mate.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's going cheap now.
See, Gazinta and Gazouta. Now, how's that?
Oh, I know what they mean.
Exactly. What do they mean?
I'm not sure. So ideally you can rack up how many of these do they fit into 19 inches?
They fit 3 of them into a 19-inch rack with a rack mount. So you've got a little screw under there, 3 screws, 1 rack, and you've got 3 in a rack. I put 3 of them in a rack in my studio and they work fine. They're beautiful. What else have we got to show you?
Anything new in this pile?
Yes, that's the new Fatso. The Kush Audio UBK Fatso, which is a new Fatso on steroids with more, not made by Dave Durr. Dave Durr makes it for them, but he's come up with a design that gives you much more choices in the compression chain.
And I don't know the number of times that I've needed splat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it like when you wake up in the morning and what you want is a spank?
Yeah.
And it's just not to be found.
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. And glue.
Oh,
So in the one
comes
box,
after the other, doesn't it,
you've
really?
got glue, spank, smooth, and splat.
It's everything.
Sort of like out of a Hollywood movie, isn't it? It's like the Three Stooges. And you got warm, and you got roast, comfy, and linked. I mean, it's almost like making babies, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
And you'd sell one of those a week. That's the GML 8200 compressor.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the one with the bigger knobs.
Yeah, well, it's over here. But that's only $16,500.
All right, yeah.
That's only $9,000. So You don't worry about that.
What are these ones?
That's the Empirical Labs. That's the new one, which I've got to show you soon because that's the first one out. But we've just got our first shipment. That's the Dave Durr Distressor Company microphone preamp and compressor, which has got basically a distressor on steroids with a blend control. So it's the ultimate mic pre for set and forget. Plug your microphone. It sounds absolutely wonderful, and it's at the sort of price, similar sort of a price as a distressor. So it's a microphone amplifier, high gain, up to 60 dB gain, all your normal mic amp stuff, but you've got this toasty warmth drive thing which drives in upper harmonic distortion and emphasis, and it's just beautiful. It's made basically for vocals, but for any sort of thing that's got a DI input, a bass guitar through it sounds awesome. That's very exciting. What else have we got? The new JZ microphones. Oh, now you know what that is.
Yeah, I know that's a top, but is that Series 2?
That's a Series. No, I think this is my old Series 1 actually.
What Series 2 got that's interesting for us now?
Well, the Series 2 has got balanced outputs. It has the solo lights up, the green. It's a green and red diode. I think it's blue or red or green and red. But you have the old one. If you're in solo, right, the solo light flashes, but you never know which one's actually in solo. On the Series 2, it lights up a green light, so you know where the solos are, which is because I know that I take this on the road and it is a nuisance. I got to say, someone solos something and you're on the floor and you don't know which one's solo. You got to go through and feel them all. And when it's dark and you've had about 2 cases of beer, it's not good. And it also has
Any night, really.
Yeah, I know. Any night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah. On Friday, it's 3 cases.
Yeah.
Like a very famous priest said, he says, I drink 1 bottle of red wine a day, and when I'm sick, 2. And it's got bracing in the sort of construction of it, so it's much more robust for travelling.
Yep.
But the main thing is the balanced outs and the solo
Balanced direct outs.
Balanced direct outs. And I've just spoken to Joe Malone, which is just there, and he's actually done some mods on one that he did for somebody. Really simple mods that increase its headroom and lower its noise, and he says they're really easy to do and even takes it to another level again. But it's got to be one of the best value pieces of audio equipment on the market, I would think.
So version 2 would be like version 1, but on steroids?
Yes, exactly.
I've got the gist of how it works.
You know how we work,
Figured it
don't
up,
you?
yeah.
Well, letting